Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Jupiter, Big World here. And today we're going to talk about how we don't know really that much about Parallel Sailor Moon or Side Sailor Moon. Yes, there were these books that were written some years after the first Sailor Moon books were written by Naiko Takaguchi when she wanted to go back to the Sailor Moon world that she came up with in Nine Between 92 YL. In this world, the Sailor Fighters are all grown up. They all work. You know, they still keep their friendships with each other, but each one of them has kids. And each one of their kids, in a way, either looks like them or at least behaves like them a little. Their kids all go to the same learn. They all happen to be friends of each other. And here is the kicker. From what I know, they all become sailor fighters. You see, some threat comes to the earth. Lucifer does something to the earth. And God and Jesus choose them to be sailor fighters. And they're the ones that come up with the answer while their mothers don't have the answers. Well, the truth is that's what happens. Now, a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership, some of them are going to hate on Side World Sailor Moon, or they're going to say it's not a thing. And the truth is, it is a thing. But I'm going to be earnest. We don't know all about it. We never read the books, We didn't buy the books when they were when we only saw the books once at Barnes and Nobles or whatever Sheets and Bold or Eldel. I don't know what the English word for that would be. One would be being boldness, and the other one, who knows. So we looked at the book, but we never bought it, and we never borrowed it from a book house because our book house never had it. So we never read it. All we know about it is what we heard folks say and what others on YouTube or Euro said about it, and what is known about it on the world webs, which is not much. We just know a little about it to get by. And there's going to be a Sailor Moon follower out there who will gatekeep us, because there are Sailor Moon followers who will gatekeep you, or they will shame you if you don't know something that they know. That's all we know about, Side World Sailor Moon. Now, in the Sailor Moon followership, besides the whole gatekeeping bullshit, there's going to be folks out there who will say that Side World Sailor Moon isn't a thing, when yes, it is. Well, you're right about that, Sailor Moon, because You want to say something? Well, you're right, Sailor Moon. At the end of the day, Side World Sailor Moon is a thing. They were books that were drawn and written by Naiko Takaguchi, some Tartakenshi, however you say her name, in the years, some years after the happenings in the 5 books that she did draw and write between 92, I'm going to say, until 9 between 95 for a while, something like that. And yes, in these books, all the sailor fighters are grown up. They all have work. They all have kids, and their kids all either look like them or behave like them. They all go to the same learn. Their kids also, our kids in that world, all become sailor fighters. And they end up helping the world when something goes wrong. And that's all I kind of know about it. Beyond that, that's the only thing we know about it. And why? Because we happen to read what was said about it on the world web, and what folks who had the books, who read the books, said about it on Euro. So that as far as our wisdom for Sailor Moon or Side World Sailor Moon goes. Yes, in the Sailor Moon followership, there are folks out there who will say, oh, it's not a thing. Or they will say it wasn't a true thing when yes, it is. And why we never read the books, because one, we never bought the books. Two, we never borrowed the books because our book house didn't have the book to be borrowed, so we could never read the book fully and tell you what happened. And sorry if we don't know any that much. We don't really. Sorry if we don't know. That's all we know about Side World Sailor Moon or Side Sailor Moon or whatever you want to call it. Sorry that we don't know as much about it as someone else out there would. Well, that's alright, Sailor Jupiter. That's alright, Sailor King World. That's fine. That's alright, Lita. Everything's well. Give this film a like, share it, playlist it, and we'll see you later.